Hello friends, it's a beautiful Saturday morning on Labor Day weekend, doing the walkthrough of the garden again. The garden is definitely producing. We've probably pulled out a gallon or more of beans between these bush beans and the pole beans we have on the back fence. We've been pulling tomatoes out regularly, more than enough, more than we can eat. But we're doing our best to keep up. We also have the basil and parsley that are pretty much as needed. Chives also have that. In the background we've got some pretty happy, actually I'm not sure what they are. They're maybe cauliflower or cabbage. They're brassicas in any case. They are getting eaten by something, but for the most part they're doing pretty well. Got a few radishes which are probably going to be pulled soon. And I will move, before I move, let's just take a look at our little patio area. Really nice elephant ear growing, and this is where we like to hang out. Here's a view from this side. These tomatoes are actually about 6 different varieties that were tied together and are kind of growing as a single bush. We have to reach in there to harvest. Here I've got a little bit of work to do. The mustard greens, I wanted to save seeds, mustard seeds, but they're taking over everything, and I'm gonna have to trim them, but I don't know if you can see it, but it's full with bees. The bees love it. Underneath the mustard greens we've got some bush beans. They're fairly recently planted. We've got some celery under there, and a few different types of brassica moving into the leek, and then bush beans on the end here. And the bushes that are crowding everything else out on this side are icicle radishes, and I wanted to keep the seeds for those too. And then we've got a few brassicas, and notice how the bush beans, the small ones here, were planted at the same time as this whole set, so that just shows you the background is wood chips, heavy wood chips over cardboard, and this is just double dug with compost in it. So it's a little bit overgrown. Got a couple red cabbages coming in here, Brussels sprouts, and a little bit of kale, another red cabbage and Brussels sprouts. I think that excuse me, this plant here, I think that possibly it puts off something that damages the brassica. Don't know that for sure, but maybe Rose of Sharon is what this one is. Still have one blueberry that's alive. Did not have a lot of luck with blueberry. Trying a few bush beans next to it. They're started. They're not really doing too much. Here is really our big production. Is this fence of pole beans is really starting to produce, and quite happy with how this is going. I'm definitely doing this next year, and I'm going to do the entire fence. I also have a cucumber in there and 2 grapes. The grapes are kind of getting covered up with pole beans. And at the base I got these Brussels sprouts and mustard greens. I'm going to do more Brussels sprouts. I kind of like how those are coming in, and those are going to be growing late into the season. Cucumber, I have one cucumber that doesn't seem to be doing real well. There's one fruit. You can see that it's probably not doing too well, but cucumber seems to need a lot of water. And then coming down this way, I'm looking for my grape, which is just covered up, but I've got 2 grapes. There's one. You can't even see it, so I won't say much about it. Bush beans and kale, and this end of the garden I'm going to work on and try to give it better soil. And here, the shady garden bush beans are actually doing quite well in the shady garden. Mustard greens doing okay. The hops are quite happy. Got lots of hops, hop flowers. And this is kind of shady. Seems like I do have some tomatoes coming up, and these are tomatoes that I started from seed in the house. I kind of forgot about them, but they survived and starting to grow. I got a couple of those. And here I got a little cabbage. You know, I'm not really asking too much of these plants. They're in the shade much of the day. They get a little bit of sunshine, but and I got some bush beans and tomatoes coming in here. You know, I'm really surprised those tomatoes came up because they were almost dead and I had given up on them. So that is the garden on Labor Day weekend, and thank you for watching.